Just realised how much space I have. This is... Ooh, I might do this more often. Hello. Welcome to my room. This is where many of my One Woman concerts are held.
Looking for you. You better come get your man. I think you wanna be way more than friends. What? More than friends. What you want me to say?
Okay, should probably do the actual video now. This is Wills vs Allergy, and today we are talking about the safe restaurants. Now, when I say safe restaurants, I don't mean just safe restaurants in general for everyone with allergies. These are the restaurants that I have been to before this, before this investigation started, that I know I feel safe and comfortable at, and have a very good reputation for dealing with allergies. They're also the restaurants that I've allocated I can go to if I don't feel comfortable at the restaurants that I'm trying, or we don't even end up going in. The two restaurants that I've allocated as my safe restaurants are Nando's and McDonald's. Also, unofficial ones are anywhere that does a good meal deal, Co-op, Boots, Waitrose. Like, you guys are the real... They are the real ones. Just this is a side note. We went on a supply trip at the airport to go get like Coke and stuff for the flight, and then I needed breakfast because I couldn't have the breakfast that was on offer in the airport lounge, so I got a hoisin duck wrap from Boots. Like, it was banging. I was living. I mean, everyone may have had a full English breakfast, but like, hoisin duck wrap at 7 o'clock in the morning is where it's at. But seriously though, if a safe restaurant isn't the best on that day, because there can always be slip-ups, then going to somewhere that sells a meal deal where you can check the ingredients is always really helpful. So, Nando's, my fave. Love Nando's. I have an obsession with Nando's. We go way too often. Everyone is concerned for me and my consumption of Nando's. Up below, why is Nando's so good? That is what I am here to tell you. What is this? When you go into Nando's, you're seated and then you're given menus. You have the option, if you have allergies, to ask for their allergy and food and nutrition booklet, which isn't really a booklet, it's more of a ring binder that's about this thick and really heavy, but it has some amazing information in there. In the restaurants, Nando's doesn't really advertise this, but on the website you are able to access the same information. It's just not as in detail as on the ring binder, and it is easy to access. It's also easy to access on the app. You have so many ways of accessing this information. I personally choose to read the ring binder because I know that every time something changes on the menu, the new information is sent out and put into the ring binder, and you can check the date in the top corner of when it's been added. It also gives you all of the information about everything on the menu, including an entire ingredients list, where it's made, when you should be asking questions like seeing the manager. I always see the manager, but like, if you don't feel like you need to see the manager, the book is enough. It does say cheese is cooked on the grills, please make sure you speak to a manager about it, about your dietary requirements. This is different to the website and the app because the allergen information on there lists the 14 major allergens and is a tick yes or no if you can have it or not. It doesn't have the full ingredients list. So once you're happy with everything, you've checked on everything, you've checked your bread, your chicken, your sauce, your marinade, practically anything that you want to get, off you go up to the counter, standard, and then when you get there you say, "Hello, I have an allergy, could I speak to a manager please?" Now, the staff are all trained to immediately, if they hear that it's an allergy, stop, take your table number, and then go and grab a manager who will then come out and talk to you about your meal. The managers are all trained in allergy procedure, and everyone in that kitchen knows that if an allergy order goes through, a manager will be cooking it. They clean down the grill, they use separate equipment, allergy tongs, they're a different colour, they can wash cutlery for you if you request it, they get out fresh bags of like lettuce or tomato if that's what what comes with your order. They are completely on the ball with it, and you are able to ask questions if you so choose. I know a lot of people don't and they're just happy with the managers, but I do myself, just to make sure I know exactly what's going on in the kitchen. They're cooking my meal, I'm getting fresh cutlery, and how everything's being made because of the severity of my allergies. And the managers are always happy to answer. Sometimes they do end up having to run into the back kitchen to double check. The question that always trips them up with me is what oil is in the fryer? It's normally always rapeseed oil, but it can sometimes be like sunflower oil or vegetable oil or olive oil, and it's just a whole thing. So they are always running out the back to check. The manager can then bring out the meal to you with a special little allergy flag, and they bring fresh cutlery if you ask for it. They're very good at Nando's and making sure that you feel safe and you have some good food. In terms of cohesion, the food doesn't always come out at the same time as the rest of the people in your party, just because the manager is the one cooking it, so they may make it a bit later than everyone else's or a bit earlier than everyone else's, but if your party doesn't really mind, it's usually about 10 minutes difference. It's always incredibly entertaining going out with my parents because they're always like, oh my god, I'm so hungry, I have to get a starter, and then by the time they've finished their starter, my meal is already out. So, first safe restaurant, Nando's. The second safe restaurant, McDonald's. As I've got older, there's been less choice for those who have a milk allergy, just because a lot of the menu items change, suppliers or where they're made, or the kitchen layout changes, and then there's cross-contamination possibilities with milk. However, the three things that can never let me down: fruit bag, fries, fish fingers. Yes, I am 5, I get a fish finger Happy Meal with extra fries.
Willow cutting in here to say McDonald's this month released their first ever vegan meal, which includes veggie dippers, so I no longer have to have a Happy Meal. It's crazy stuff. I highly recommend the veggie dippers. They are cooked in a fryer that can't have any animal product in them or it won't be approved by the Vegan Society, so I'm able to have them because there's no cross-contamination with milk. So I highly recommend them. They're really good. I might occasionally just get a fish finger Happy Meal for the nostalgia. But still, update to the situation.
Now, McDonald's have a very good website with a feature they call the nutrition calculator. When I visited McDonald's for these vlog clips, I decided that I'd screen record my phone whilst I was checking against the nutrition calculator so you could see the process that I go through to check that I can eat at McDonald's on that day. So, I get to McDonald's, open my phone. Yes, my lock screen is Tom Holland, but we're going to move past that. He's my husband, it's a fact. We'll just gloss over that. Open Safari, head to the McDonald's website, click on something on the menu. So I clicked on, I believe, either fish fingers or fries first. Add that to the nutrition calculator. Now you can either read the ingredients on the menu or add it to the nutrition calculator. It then states all of the ingredients that are in that product and also anything that it could come into contact with. So the fries, it shares a fryer with the veggie goujon that goes in lots of like veggie wraps and things, which is fine for me because it doesn't have any milk or nuts in it. So they share a fryer, so the cross-contamination there, they state, and they give you the exact ingredients list of anything that's there. If there is any cross-contamination in that kitchen, it will be stated on the website. And McDonald's operates a closed kitchen system, so if you have ever watched like a behind the scenes YouTuber goes to work at McDonald's, they have like a station that does one product and then that's all that goes through it, so it's not as open a kitchen as other fast food chains, and that's really good for those with allergies because then you know that the risk of cross-contamination is much lower. And then I grabbed my food, went, sat and ate it, got a Beanie Baby, which I kind of forgot about until I found it on my desk a while ago. Here she is. This is Star. I don't really know what to do with her. I would make her the mascot of this vlog, but like, no. And that's McDonald's done and dusted. So McDonald's is our second safe restaurant. It's really important in this entire vlog series that I set up these safety nets because there can be a lot of challenges when you have allergies. And it's not just food. I almost didn't go to America this year, which means half of this vlog wouldn't even exist because of a problem with medication at the time that we were flying out. I did vlog some of this, but I don't know how coherent it was. So I think I'll just talk you through it. During mid-2019, there was a shortage of adrenaline pens and adrenaline in general across the world. A lot of the adrenaline was being prioritised to hospitals because that's where it was needed most, and the price of adrenaline was just going up, and I believe it still is going up. Adrenaline pens are incredibly important medical equipment that those with severe allergies need to carry around with them at all times, which means I have to take a large supply of adrenaline pens with me on these long haul flights to America. We take so much medical equipment to America, it's insane. Security, I'm convinced, are scared of us. They're lovely people though, they're really helpful, so thank you to all airport security for putting up with anyone that brings in medical equipment. Now, to add more fuel to this fire, the manufacturer of the adrenaline pen brand that I use were finding needle blockages in a certain percentage of their adrenaline pens. I will put this here once I find it with proper referencing. Thank you, editing Willow. And more were expected by July-August time without the needle blockages, but that was pushed back to October. So my paediatrician said to me, you need to take an increased amount with you to America so that if you do experience needle blockages, then you have more that you can get through. Because we didn't know which one, we still don't know which ones have blockages and which ones don't. It's a complete matter of chance, which is incredibly scary. So that landed us in the situation a few days before my trip, ringing every single pharmacy in a 5-mile radius to see if they had any adrenaline pens left in stock. And we were really struggling. To make it even more worse, because I cannot seem to catch a break, one of my lovely friends, Alana, passed away the day before. So I was really struggling. I think I described it as there's a bit in HBO's Euphoria where Zendaya is in this room and she stands up and then she climbs on a wall and everything starts spinning around her as she's falling around like this, and it's all like, it's incredibly disorientating. But that is what my life felt like for 2 days. There was crying, there were a lot of viewings of Spider-Man Homecoming. It was just a lot. Luckily, we fixed all of that and we got enough to go to America. I believe I was on a walk to the doctors saying this.
I have the same amount of hours in a day as Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Which I mean is a mantra to live by. We all have the same hours in the day as Lin-Manuel Miranda. So yeah, to put things into perspective for you, these are the kinds of challenges that people with allergies face. Oh yeah, also, I ended up on the phone to Virgin Atlantic Special Assistance for like 2 days. It took like 2 days and an email, because when you're getting on an aeroplane, you've got to wipe down the seats, you've got to bring on a 24-hour supply of food. So I had to ring them up and let them know, but they were incredibly busy because it's the summer holidays. So that was a lot. Enjoy that saga because I recorded it all.
I did it. I got through to special assistance. It took 2 days and an email, but I did it. I did it.
Also, you need these safe restaurants because you can get turned away from other restaurants. By law, restaurants are allowed to turn people away if they feel like they can't serve them. That means if I walk into a restaurant, explain my situation, explain my allergies and say that there may need to be some things done differently in the kitchen for me to be able to eat there, and they feel like they can't accommodate that, they can say, we're really sorry, we can't serve you today, and then you have to go. And then like, you don't really want to be going home, do you? Like, you've come out to eat. Just so you know that you've always got somewhere that you feel safe and comfortable at. So yeah, safe restaurants were pretty important, and it was imperative that I included these in my investigation. They always come in handy. And there you go, you got a bit of an insight into challenges that an allergic person can face, and also you got to know my favourite safe restaurants for if anything went wrong during this investigation. Thanks for watching, bye!